And welcome back. Our upcoming guest has been making significant strides in the dynamic realms of fashion and entertainment, capturing attention and setting some noteworthy trends. Now, renowned for her distinctive approach, seamlessly merges lifestyle and culture, and our guest plays a pivotal role as a model liaison. And joining us now to give us a little bit about this, I'm joined by Celebrity Stylist and creative director. We've got Denise Styles, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good. And so, as we talk a little bit about you, the work that you're doing really
Yes.
is, uh, I tend to say that it's directed at improving lives, and
Yes.
at the same time, also, it's a career.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
fashion is a huge business,
Yes, it
but
is.
there's so much more to fashion. But talk a little bit about you.
Um, I'm from the Bronx. I've been in the fashion industry for 6 years. Um, my like, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first came into the fashion industry, I was targeting to help others in the fashion industry, not just with like clothes, dressing them up, with mental health, and learning how to gain another income in the industry as well. Um, the industry has been a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a roller coaster because I work with models and artists. So sometimes it can be like full of ups and downs, different personalities. But I've learned working for customer service for 7 years, 10 years to deal with different personalities in the industry. And it's been okay lately. It's been going well, and I'm just excited to be able to help others. I come from the Bronx, so I was brought up in a poor town. Family was not wealthy. I've been through a lot. So to change others, and hear their, childhood traumas and what I went through, some of the things that I went through, it's like, this is amazing. Like, it's not only about the clothes or the looks, it's more so of, getting a deeper connection with a lot of the models and artists in the industry.
Right. I want to tell people, people ask you, what have you done? And, she's you've been featured in Insider, Yahoo, also
Yes,
People Magazine,
yes,
Vogue,
yes,
Bustle, BuzzFeed, and then
yes,
also It's Only Entertainment, Beauty News NYC. So
yes.
you've been out there,
Hmm.
and you've got your name out there, but you're doing the work. But what I like about what you're saying is that there's more to it than just equipping
Yes.
somebody for the fashion industry. You're really trying to help people with life as well.
Yes, yes, exactly. Sometimes the fashion industry is not good for mental health,
Mm-hmm.
and music entertainment is not good for mental health. So having someone around that understands it is more like it. A lot of the girls, they like, you're not only just a mentor, you're more than that. Like, you're like an angel. You give us hope. You are like helping us through our struggles. Not only are you connecting us, you are like taking time to sit down and hear us out and talk to us and help with like our mental health. So it's been like that since day one. Like when I came into the industry, I wanted to go into community for community, like helping the community. And I got it. Like 6 years, it's just been picking up, and I was like, oh my goodness, like they love it. Like so like I said, it's more than just getting them dressed and taking them out to connect with other people. It's like, if do we have a deep connection? Do we know what we can help each other with, other than just throwing each other into the industry and connecting each other? Like, is your mental health okay? Like, how are you doing your personal life? So so far.
I mean, that's a different approach because I think a lot of people in the business, we're going to do this job, we're going to do it together,
Yes,
make this money, we're going to keep it moving, right?
yes,
But then you're also saying part of what I'm doing is I'm really taking a look at the person
yes.
as opposed to the person that people see in front of the
Yes,
camera.
yes, exactly. Yes, yes. And a lot of the times in my photo shoots, I give out messages about like, things that I've been through. Like, I don't say, yeah, I had childhood trauma, but a picture, if I had a photo shoot about 3 years ago, it's still going up to this day, and it's basically giving like a message, like turn pain into power. So it's
Mm-hmm.
a black fairy and a white one in my hand, and it's showing like clouds and dark but light too.
Right.
is giving the light of it. So I like to give the message in the art as well. Like I'm not gonna tell you it, but you can see something, like, you know.
Right.
So yeah.
When you're now that you're in, a place of fashion, and you're working
Yes.
with these top level people, um, very many times, people say, well, you don't forget where you come from, right? But you don't forget
Yes.
where you come from.
No.
When you were before you got to where you are today, let me ask the question about what were the issues that you wanted to see addressed from your community that maybe weren't getting addressed.
Right. There's no, back in my days growing up, we had PAL. We had things to do. We were occupied. We were, always going out as a group, and that's not what they're doing right now in the community. There's more so of kids hanging around, kids watching the older guys that I was watching when I was growing up, and it's like, it's nothing in the community for them. Like, I mean, when I say nothing, nothing at all. And those are things that, like, I want to change. When I was growing up, like I said, we had PAL. We went out as a group to pools and beaches, and today it's not like that. So there's those things, like, I want to address, like, why aren't there anything for the kids today? It's just phones today? And we didn't have that growing up.
Right.
That's the only thing. Like, dang, we didn't have phones growing up, but it's for the better. It was for the better, because the new generation.
Yeah, they're all in and all on it.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But for yourself, looking now and say, listen, how I can make a difference. When you look at your community right now and say, what are the things that I can really do in terms of just, being there and bringing that social justice, if you will, to your own
Yes.
community, what do you say?
So I have some mentees in my neighborhood that I took in. I actually started with some people from my neighborhood. When I started, I was doing the projects in my apartment. And I would invite, like, a lot of them over so they can take some pictures. We can have some photos, get some photo shoots and video shoots. And I think, like, by bringing the fashion industry in that area, it'll change. And I feel like it will, and that's something new, because they don't have that in that area. And not only just bringing myself, like, hey, yeah, I'm doing a good job, and everybody's like, congratulations, you're doing great and stuff. No, congratulations, thank you, but what can we do together? Like, can you model? Can you rap? Can you sing? So I tend to bring that in my community a lot of the times when I'm over there.
Yeah. Do you feel like the industry sometimes doesn't pay attention to, because we do find that people are, like, socially conscious, right? There are, you can look at your, in your reservoir of people and say, there are a lot of people who are socially conscious, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who aren't. There are people who just say, listen, I'm just going to get mine and keep going.
Yeah.
What do you find in your circle? Do you find people are more socially conscious? Are we talking about the stuff that matters the most?
Not really.
Right.
Not really. There's none in the community. I mean, yeah, not really. So for me, like, I just think a lot of people have the talent, and they don't work towards the talent, and I don't think that people would believe in themselves a lot of the times when they're stuck in the neighborhood. And me, I'm just like, hey, you doing good. There's guys that's been rapping in my area. I'll be like, get back in the booth. Like, what are you doing with yourself? Like, get back in the booth. You can be, or I'll see a girl in my area be like, yo, you can dress. Like, you can be in the fashion industry. Like, you have the potential. Like, and sometimes they'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna get back in, or I'm gonna do something with myself. And even the girls that I brought in when I first started are still working to this day. Runways, they working. Had the same talk with them. Like, get in the industry. Like, let's work. Like, do something new with yourself. They love it. It's something you will fall in love with.
Mentorship is big, but then also there's this level of, like, another part of social justice is also community engagement, right? And
Yes.
I think you're doing a decent job of saying, hey, you're also trying to engage the community, because in addition to working with the models, you're also trying to talk to community members and say, hey, let's make this connection. Talk about that.
Yes, yes. So I love doing that. There's a lot of people in my neighborhood that have potential, other than just being in the neighborhood. Like they have the potential to be more. Sometimes they are not more because of the people that they hang around. And I tell them all the time, you see me, I'm dolo now. Like I come from here. Like this is where I come from. Like, but I'm gonna make a change, and I show them. I get them hype, excited to want to do it. Like, hey, do something else, like with yourself, you know. So right now, I just opened a studio in that area. It's called Denise Styless Studio. It's going to be for a lot of the people that can't afford photo shoots, video shoots, and recording space. And it would just be for the people I know that has the potential and needs this space. If we wasted time, I'm not going to bring you here. But this studio took me about 3 months. Took me about 3 months to get together. It opens Friday, March 1st. I have a lot of models and TikTokers coming by that day, and I'm excited because it's going to be for the community. Everything's going to be, I'm going to give back. I'm definitely going to give back to the community. And I'm definitely going to be like bringing the girls in to work. And I also opened it so we could be in a comfortable space when we work in. They safe in my studio, so that's definitely like.
Yeah. You also we talked a little bit about, before we started, how you were engaging with some of the people that are your models.
Yes.
Right? And making sure that there's safety.
Yes.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I don't think that sometimes people understand the magnitude of the matter that we're talking about, because we just see the lights and the camera and the action. But there's a whole lot to be concerned with behind the scenes that people are talking about, but aren't really raising to the roof. So let's talk a little bit about what happens behind the scenes that gives you concern.
So I have been to a few power shoots before where there was older men, and the body language. Like when I walk in with the girls, they like, "Who's this new face? We can't play here." You know, so I felt the energy. I feel the energy a lot of the times, and I know that certain pictures they want to take, and I notice like. It's hard. It's really hard to discuss it, but it's the alcohol on set. You're a photographer. Why are you drinking with a bunch of models wearing bikinis? I don't think we should be drinking on a job, or smoking on a job, or using any drugs on the job. Especially drugs that maybe you can't control. Alcohol, you can be intoxicated and can't control that. So a lot of the times, the poses that they make the girls take is kind of like legs open. I had a guy actually from a power shoot that sent me a link, and the link had my girl with her legs open and her panties were showing. And he had a lot of pictures of girls' back, turned around, their butts out, and he just took those type of pictures. He didn't take professional pictures like he was supposed to. We're at a Halloween photo shoot. Why are you in between her legs? Why is your camera in between her legs? Why is this in your link? Then a lot of the girls complained a couple of times that he sexual harassed me. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, yeah, these photo shoots, they drink and they do certain things and they want us to dress a certain way so they can sexual harass us. So I'm like, wow. And, I noticed it at a couple of the power shoots, because there's no way that you want a model to come all the time in bikinis. You don't want them to get dressed. They still could look good fully dressed.
Right.
But a lot of those photo shoots, I noticed, like, nah, they're not good.
So you have sexual harassment that goes on behind the scenes, and you're really having to pay attention to that.
Yes.
And we understand even there's trafficking involved sometimes in this in this industry.
Yes.
Were these things that you knew before that, before you got into the business, or did you kind of find this out on the job?
When I got in, that's when I said, like, of course we heard things about Diddy and all these people growing up, R. Kelly, and of course. But when you actually get in and you're like looking in, you're like, bro, this is crazy. Like, it's true. Like, these models are being molested. Like, they're being sexually harassed at photo shoots, video shoots. You know, they're being forced, they're being drugged. You have to watch out. That's another thing I'm very strict with the girls. You got a cup, you put it down, don't pick it up. It's done. You know, you don't know what they put in this drink. I always watch out for that, and just if they're okay. Hey, are you okay? You're right in the next room. Are you sure? Like, you know, because it goes on, and these guys are creeps. Like, they're drinking alcohol on set. For what? You know, it's not that serious. You understand? Like, you're working. How are you gonna work drunk? So I see that at a lot of the power shoots. I don't attend them anymore. A lot of the times, like, I'll set up photo shoots for the girls, and they'll come by, and they're safe. They're taking pictures. They can get naked if they want to, but that's up to them. We're all girls, so we're in the room. It's just a male photographer we'll have, and I'm pretty sure he controls himself around me too, because he knows I notice everything.
Right, right.
I notice everything.
So in the industry, there's a lot of things that sometimes I think we don't see, right? And if you're not, you know, we hear about it sometimes, or you only hear about it like in a case where we see celebrities now who are in the spotlight. I'm not gonna call anybody's name, but you know, there's enough of them that are in the spotlight that
Yes.
after the fact, here comes to say like, this was going on, this was going on, this was going on.
Yes.
But I guess the question is, while all this is going on, and you, like you say, you have firsthand knowledge, how many people are really out there speaking to these issues that really need to be dealt with?
Not a lot. A lot of them are scared, or they feel like they're not going to be heard because who the person might be, or would people believe them, or would this person blackball them in the industry and tell people not to work with them. So they don't speak about it. I'm probably one of the people in the industry that the girls do speak to about it. And I notice it. I'll notice it, like, too. So we'll speak and don't go back. Don't work with this photographer anymore. These photographers are like, hey, I want to take pictures of you. Can you wear a thong? Don't go. Tell him, no, that's not what you do, you know. You can do that on your own time. Like, when you want to have a photo shoot, you can do that on your own time. But if a photographer reaches out and says that, don't go.
Right.
So a lot of the times, like, it's not being spoken about. They don't speak about it. I don't speak about things neither. I keep it confidential, but I do tell the girls, like a model or anyone that comes to me and say, hey, this dude wants to work with me, I'll tell them, nah, this is what I know, and I want to make sure that you're safe. Right. Even when photographers say, hey, you can come to my apartment. No, I don't agree with the apartment thing. It's either a studio where cameras is in it, or no apartment, you know, no photo shoot. So yeah, but they don't speak about it though. I don't know why either. I don't know why things don't get spoken about right then and there in the industry. They wait for years or months to speak about these things. When they are concerns, they should speak about molestation in the industry so that these guys could stop.
Right.
You know, but they don't speak about it.
And we hear a lot, that particularly in black and brown communities, of where this is like prevalent.
Yes, it is. Yes. I like I said, I can't believe it. It's our, you know, kind that's drinking on set, and these are young ladies. Like, we're working with young ladies right now, and they're like intoxicated. I can smell it on their breath. I'm like, these guys are intoxicated, and it's our color, our race as well. Like, they do it the most. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame.
So you've actually taken your work and you've parlayed that into education,
Yes.
Advocacy.
Yes.
But talk to me a little bit about where we are today and what can we look forward to?
Well, right now I'm working on the studio. I'm trying to get more into the community. I'm trying to give back, so I'm trying to, like, set up a date. I might do something for Easter for the kids in my community. So right now I'm just working on, you know, my studio and getting some projects ready for the spring with the girls. And, you know, I am looking forward to a lot that I'm just like, you know, it's God is leading the way, honestly. I don't know. This came like this was like the other day I got this information, this opportunity. So he might have something else for me in about an hour tomorrow. I can't call it,
That's
honestly.
amazing. I get it. I get it. I understand it. And yes, I can understand it wholeheartedly. There are a lot of people who, when they talk about fashion, the first thing they're thinking about is being in front, right?
Yes.
And I tell people, because they see me sometimes, they say, well, I want to be on there, I want to be on there. I said, there's just as much power sometimes being behind the camera
It is.
as it is in front. And so for yourself, you're not in front, but you're helping design and take care of those people that are in front.
Yes.
What would you tell somebody about a career in being a fashion stylist? Because we spend so much time trying to be the model or the actor or the actress, but the stylist is it's the one.
The stylist is the one. God called me in. Honestly, it has to be in your face. I mean, I can't really. All I can say is, when you were 10 years old, did you have a vision about something? Or I can't tell them, hey, this is how you can get in the fashion industry. This has to be something that you see, young. And when I was in juvenile, I was in Brentwood, and me and some girl named Wilcox, we used to crochet, and we used to have fashion shows every Friday. She was the best. Still to this day, she's the best. She like literally used to be like, Pagan, we're gonna have a fashion show today. Like, we're gonna tell the staff we're having a fashion show today. And we used to have fashion shows, and my grandmother, she was great at what she did. She was good at sewing, she was making everything, curtains, Halloween costumes, everything. And it was in my face. It was not something like, I said, hey, I'm just gonna get into the fashion industry and I'm gonna be a stylist. And, a couple of my friends, they're like, yo, I want you to style for me. I want you to do something. And it was like, wow. It's like God calls it. So it's like, I will definitely tell this person, you should go with what you've envisioned. Your vision is, if you had this dream before, like even being a firefighter, if you had this dream before, go for it. It's something that God is calling. God is telling you do this.
Right.
He wants you to be here. So honestly, I don't know. I don't think I could say, hey, this is all you have to do to get in. Like, no, it's not all you have to do.
There's a whole lot more to it.
It's a whole lot of praying and following God's steps. Like, I always tell people, I work for God. Like, I don't, I don't know. It's a vision I've been seeing since young, so it's just picked me up. Like,
well, I want to thank you for coming by, sharing a little bit about what's going on in the industry. I think we should pay attention to.
Yes.
And congratulations on the success
Thank
that
you
you've
so
been having,
much.
and much success to you in the future.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much.
Yes,
Seriously.
Denise Styless, Celebrity
Yes.
Stylist, Creative Director, Model Liaison. And we're taking a quick break, and we'll be back with more here on the Social Justice Forum right after this.